Welcome to the ultimate guide for conquering Phasmophobia without evidence. Whether you're a seasoned ghost hunter or new to no evidence runs, this no evidence Bible will give you everything you need to identify every ghost without a single piece of evidence. From mastering the unique behaviors of each ghost to learning the best setups for popular maps, this guide will help you dominate no evidence runs and uncover the hidden clues that reveal every ghost's identity. Let's dive in and get you ready for the ultimate challenge in Phasmophobia. The Oni. During hunts, observe its blinking pattern as it blinks much less frequently than any other ghost, making it terrifyingly visible as it charges you. Additionally, the Oni is unique in that it cannot perform the floating ball ghost events that many other ghosts can do. Let's compare the Oni's blink pattern to one of a typical ghost. And now the Phantom. Taking a photo of the Phantom during the ghost event just makes the Phantom invisible in the photo. During hunts, its blink pattern is slower, meaning it disappears for longer stretches. Let's compare its blink pattern to the same ghost that we used when comparing the Oni's blink pattern. The Jinn is the only ghost that can't turn off the breaker. While the breaker is on, it gains a burst of speed when it's chasing you. If the ghost charges you with a supernatural speed and then slows down to a normal line of sight speed once it catches up to you, you've got a Jinn. Here's what that sounds like. The Raiju, a ghost that thrives on electricity. Any electrical device nearby it will speed it up during its hunts. If you notice it moving faster around electrical equipment like your flashlight, it's probably a Raiju. Turn off your gear when the hunt starts. It could save your life. Listen to the fluctuations in speeds when I toggle the flashlight on and off. The Revenant, the ghost that either moves terrifyingly fast or painfully slow. If the ghost speeds up as soon as it locks onto a target, but then slows down the moment it loses line of sight, that's a classic Revenant. Break its line of sight by smudging it to run and escape from its speed boost. The Deogen, the ghost that sees you no matter where you hide. Here's the catch. It's incredibly fast when far away, but painfully slow when it catches up to you. If when it approaches you during the hunt, it moves like a snail, you're definitely dealing with a Deogen. Outrun it, loop it around furniture, it won't be able to keep up with you once it's locked onto you. The Thaye is a ghost that starts off super fast and aggressive, but weakens over time. In a no evidence run, you might not spend enough time in the ghost room to witness the activity and hunting speed decrease. However, one key takeaway is that it moves incredibly fast without line of sight speed, so pay attention to the sound of its footsteps once the hunt begins. If you don't hear them getting any faster, then you're likely dealing with a Thaye. Let's listen to what they sound like. Next is the Moroi, the ghost that becomes faster as you weaken. As your sanity drops, the Moroi accelerates during hunts, making it deadlier the longer you stay inside. If the ghost seems to speed up with each hunt while you're losing sanity rapidly, it's likely a Moroi. Its speed updates in real time, so you can actually use sanity meds during the hunt to determine if its speed is slowing down. Additionally, if you have sprinting enabled, the tier 3 sanity meds will allow you to run longer without becoming exhausted. You'll definitely need that extra speed boost given how fast this ghost is. The last thing about the Moroi is that smudging them blinds them for 7.5 seconds versus the 5 seconds that other ghosts have. Pay attention to how long it takes for them to come out of blindness, and that'll be another key piece of knowledge that you can use when identifying it. I'll give you 2 examples of what a Moroi sounds like ramping up speed during the hunt. The Hantu is the ghost that thrives in the cold. If the breaker is off and you notice freezing breath during the hunt, stay alert. Its speed is lethal in cold rooms. Additionally, as the temperature drops, the Hantu becomes faster and deadlier. During the hunt, find a safe spot to hide and observe its fluctuations in speed. This could help you identify it. This change will occur when it transitions from walking in colder to warm rooms. Next, we have the twins. Double the trouble, double the confusion. They're tricky because they can interact with objects from a distance, making it seem like two ghosts are hunting you. During the hunt, one of the twins will exhibit slightly slower than normal movement speed, while the other one moves slightly faster. If you're unsure whether the ghost you're facing has normal movement speed, run a few steps and pay attention to the sound of your own footsteps. The sound of your running footsteps will match that of a typical ghost when it's outside of line of sight speed. Let's listen to the difference in the twins' movement speeds. The Myling is a master of silence. You can test to see if you're dealing with a Myling by placing a flashlight on the floor during a hunt. If you can't hear any footsteps until the flashlight begins to flicker, you're likely facing a Myling. However, keep in mind that you can still hear Myling footsteps on different floors. Let me show you an example of what Myling sound like. Next is the Obake, the shapeshifter. Its telltale sign is that during hunts, the Obake can temporarily take the appearance of another ghost. It may flicker less frequently, stay invisible longer between blinks. And now the Wraith, the ghost that doesn't follow any of the rules. This ghost can teleport right to you, even across the map. Want to test to see if it's a Wraith? Drop some salt in its path and check for footprints. If none appear when it walks over it, then it's a Wraith. The Yokai is the ghost that despises all noise. Talking too much or using your electrical equipment can trigger it to hunt earlier than expected. If you find yourself being hunted while making noise near the ghost, you're likely facing a Yokai. You can test to see if the ghost is a Yokai by hiding in a safe spot that the ghost wouldn't normally pass through. If your flashlight begins to flicker and the ghost doesn't seem to sense you, then it's for sure a Yokai. The Mare is the ghost that lurks in the dark. It is the only ghost that cannot turn on any of the lights in the game. In fact, it makes an extra effort to keep those lights off as soon as you turn them on, like so. Additionally, it is much more likely to hunt when the lights are off as it avoids well-lit areas. If hunts keep occurring in the shadows, you're likely dealing with a Mare. You can test this by keeping the ghost room lit and see if it wanders out of the room to initiate a hunt. The Goryo, the ghost that only shows up on the DOTS projector through a monitor. One other important trait that the Goryo has is the inability to switch ghost rooms. If you notice after a few hunts that it hasn't switched rooms, then you've bagged yourself a Goryo. Let's talk about the Poltergeist, the ghost that loves throwing things. If you walk into a room full of flying objects, it's time to watch out. Also, you'll notice that during hunts, Poltergeist will toss items at extreme speeds and distances. If you're not sure whether the ghost you're looping is a Poltergeist, it probably isn't. You'll know when you have a Poltergeist on your hands. The Spirit, the most average of ghosts. Its hunting behavior is predictable and it follows the same cooldowns as most other ghosts. However, if you use a smudge stick on the Spirit, it won't hunt for 3 minutes unlike the usual 90 seconds that other ghosts have. The Demon is the most aggressive ghost in the game, hunting earlier and more frequently than any other ghost. It can initiate a hunt in just 1 minute after being smudged, while all other ghosts except for the Spirit can only start hunting after 90 seconds. Notably, demons can initiate another hunt in just 20 seconds after the last one, whereas other ghosts must wait at least 25 seconds. If your crucifixes can't survive for more than a couple of minutes, you're definitely dealing with a demon. In a multiplayer setting, the Banshee will target one specific player during hunts and won't harm any other players. You can test this by staying close to your teammates, then splitting up. If the ghost continues to focus on a single player no matter what, it's likely a Banshee. Another way to identify it is by catching its signature scream through the parabolic mic, like so. the Mimic, the master of disguise. This ghost mimics the traits of others, making it the ultimate deceiver. Look for ghost orbs in your no evidence runs, and that'll be your indicator that you're not dealing with a standard ghost. The Shade, the shy ghost. It's super hard to find because it almost never shows itself when people are around. If your investigation seems strangely quiet with no ghost events or interactions with items while you're in the ghost room, you're probably dealing with a Shade. The Onryo, also known as the Fire Ghost. If it begins to hunt immediately after blowing out 3 firelights consecutively, you're likely dealing with an Onryo. Keep those flames lit and prevent early hunts and give yourself some extra time to prepare. And finally, the Yurei, the ghost that messes with your sanity. It's known for locking players out of areas by interacting with the front door, and it also uses a special ability to drain your sanity by interacting with doors that you are near. Its ability to close the front door is very rare, but if you catch it, then you got yourself a Yurei. Another telltale sign is its ability to slam doors shut. There is also a cheat sheet that you can use with more detail about each one of these ghosts that I will leave in the description.